coasting. This is unprecedented, 10 straight. Black Caviar by 4, Crystal Lily invaded, but she is unparalleled. Black Caviar, perfect.
But it's still Pride of Jenny, 100 to go, there's no stopping her. What a performance, Pride of Jenny wins.
So some of the greats that have won the big races today. Can Willow win an All-Star Mile and a Newmarket for the first time? He's got some great rides, and what a season he's having. And what about racing's glamour couple, Jamie and Ben? The Mellons, they also have got wonderful chances today in the Group 1s. Katie, great to be at Royal Randwick. What a day of racing all around Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, it's a fabulous racing day, isn't it? Especially here at Royal Randwick. It's one of my favourite days with the Randwick Guineas, the 91st running, looking at the menu over the mile for the 3-year-olds. I think we're going to see something really special today. The Canterbury Stakes for the sprinters over the 1,300 metres, and it's only 2 weeks away from the Golden Slipper. And of course, we've got the 2-year-old fillies in the Riesling Stakes and in the Todman for the Colts. So it's shaping up to be a beauty.
It sure is, Katie. We've got a lot to think about and digest throughout the day, don't we, with that menu. And the 4 Group 1s today are chock full of outstanding horses. What a contrast between a Newmarket over 150 years old and an All-Star less than a decade old, and the 2 big races here in Sydney where you and I are. So from Pride of Jenny all the way through to Jolly Star, and 10 Tyrus, of course, maybe the biggest story of them all. Let's go off to Flemington on this historic day. Lizzie will be there along with Crawford. Heading up the team is Richo.
Bruce, Super Saturday here at Flemington, and the track is absolutely perfect. Super Saturday means superstars. Crawford joins us, railing the 6-metre position at the moment. No worries, it's a wide open track, little irrigation, keep it in the good 4 position. Sun is shining. Crawf, over to you, brother.
Yeah, green grass, that's what we love, Bruce. Beautiful green grass. 10 Tyrus, that's the horse everyone's talking about today. But look out for My Gladiola, the grey flash. Might be in front, yeah, got a few grey ones here. So 10 Tyrus and My Gladiola, a match race. It's going to be a beauty.
Cannot wait. Let's go, Super Saturday.
Great race.
Well, that was one of the most comprehensive track reports I've ever heard. Green grass, but we are in for a super day at Flemington this afternoon. Looking forward to, as Bruce said, the 150th running of the Newmarket Handicap over the 1,200 metres. 10 Tyrus, can he defy history and carry the big weight down the straight? Of course, All-Star Mile as well, with Pride of Jenny hoping to win her 2nd All-Star Mile. We've got plenty of support cards as well, with Size Produce, the CUNY, the Ottawa Stakes, Shaftesbury Avenue, Matron Stakes and the Australian Cup Prelude. Lots to look forward to, and some key jockeys who are back in town. Of course, Mark Zara with the injury. He is now back in town, but he also is back on board Richo, his favourite horse at the moment, and that's that Absolute Speed Machine.
Yeah, by the name of 10 Tyrus, and he's such a unique horse, isn't he? Mark knows him so well. You've got to hold him up and you've got to get a gap at the right time, and when you do, he can explode through and accelerate like no other. And another story that could develop today is 100 Australian Group 1s for Huey Bowman. He flies in from
Blackheart Barton, the quarterback, they hit the line, photo finish.
Well, the quarterback, Dean Lester, we know so well as the form analyst. He's an owner of the quarterback, and I reckon Robbie Griffiths is his first Group 1 winner as a trainer.
Oh, it was an incredible day because Dean Lester was in the horse, and he's very close to me, and we had a pre-plan that we wanted to draw wide, and we wanted Craig to ride him. Craig Newitt rode him, and we had this plan of following Chautauqua, and we thought if we could follow him, we're in this, and if we were lucky enough to get past him, we'd win.
And they're off. And Chautauqua jumped away okay. Delectation threw his head in the air. The quarterback might have got a bit of backwash there.
And you wouldn't believe it, the whole race panned out exactly like our pre-conversation when acceptances come in on the Wednesday. I don't think it's ever happened before or since, and nobody likes to go the early crow. But halfway, Dino and I thinking he's going to win, and he did.
Blackheart Barton, the quarterback coming at him. Blackheart Barton, the quarterback, they hit the line. The quarterback, a big from Blackheart Barton, the photo finish.
It's been a long time coming, I tell you, so it's great.
It doesn't get any better than that, Pete. Yeah, been dreaming of that for a long time, and to be a Newmarket, it's just an amazing feeling.
Oh, it meant everything because he'd been in my life since we were kids.
For the first Group 1 for both of us, to be the same horse and part owner and he being the trainer, just makes it just an unbelievable feeling.
We grew up and wanted to be in racing and make our mark, and and sort of it was the same. Dino was 1 year older than me, so coming through the same time and growing together with his media and our training model, it was just perfect. And to win in those colours for our great mate Craig Pearce, the whole thing packaged together was just outstanding.
Just absolutely brilliant. So the quarterback, the son of Street Boss, and maybe another son of Street Boss might join him today. Of course, 10 Tyrus is our favourite. Matron Stakes coming up next, though. Matty the Market.
Yeah, Danny.
Great stuff. Wasn't that just simply sensational? So we go from one Group 1 that's got 90 years of history and tradition to one that's got 153.
First run in 1874, the Newmarket Handicap down Flemington's famous 1200-metre straight has a glorious history with an extraordinary list of winners. From Burnborough to Take Over Target.
Take Over Target, dives, grabs him and wins it.
And the mighty Black Caviar, who made it look easy in 2011.
But she is unparalleled. Black Caviar, perfect.
Damien Oliver won the first of his 3 Newmarkets in 1992 on grey sensation Skillaci.
But the grey flash Skillaci's put a gap in them.
In 2018, Redkirk Warrior became just the 5th horse to win the Newmarket twice.
And caps away Redkirk Warrior. What a training effort.
Bart Cummings won it a record 8 times, including with his champion Shaftesbury Avenue.
It is they near the line, Shaftesbury Avenue.
While grandson James's 2023 Newmarket with In Secret provided a memorable win for the late Dean Holland, who is now honoured with his name on the trophy awarded to the winning jockey of this great race.
Yeah, the Dean Holland Trophy, just yet another element that makes this race so special indeed, and love to the Holland family. He will never ever be forgotten. He won the race in 2023 on In Secret and lost his life not long after that, but the way he handled it with a late pickup ride when Jamie Carr, as she was known then, was injured, was just absolute class. So the winning rider gets the Dean Holland Trophy. And Lizzie, Wayne Lorden is doing a little bit of travelling.
He is doing a touch of travelling. He's gone the long way round, I would say, which has to be because the Middle East is obviously out of play. But Wayne Lorden, a Group 1 winning jockey in his own right. I think he might pop into the F1 as well while he's in Australia. He quite likes the F1, and I reckon he's on quite a nice horse to take him to the heights today and then pop to the races tomorrow.
Sounds like a good weekend, Wayne. Half your luck. Winona Costin hasn't had to travel as far, just down from Sydney. She's alongside Crawford.
We've got a jet-setting jockey right here, Winona Costin, who's a champion jockey all the way from New South Wales, riding in Sydney yesterday, or Newcastle, come from Sydney today, Flemington and then Muswellbrook tomorrow, but it's very, very exciting. Group 1, you haven't won one before. Disneck, those colours we're going to be looking for. How are you going to go?
Yeah, look, haven't won one before, but came close. So hopefully I can change that today. And you know, he's a horse with a lot of talent, and he's got a great turn of foot on him as well. So hopefully we can just get a bit of daylight late, and he'll be finishing strongly, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And what is it like to ride at a place like Flemington? It's such a wonderful place. The crowd's all enjoying themselves. It must be incredible being out there and in amongst it.
Yeah, it's so good. The atmosphere is always brilliant here, and the track has been in great condition, and can't wait to get out there.
Now, we know that jockeys like to celebrate, but your owner, not your owner, your trainer, Bjorn Baker, I'll tell you what, he will put on a bit of a show if he can get up today.
Yeah, definitely. He's great to ride for, and he's a very fun person too. So
from Flemington today, and then straight back to country New South Wales, Muswellbrook tomorrow?
Yep, that's it. If he wins, I'll be upgrading my flight, that's for sure.
Straight up the front. Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Oh, what a beauty that would be. That's a nice upgrade, and she would deserve it. So the countdown is on towards the Yulon Mover in a moment. Let's assess the key chances, and here is the new champ on the block. I think he's the best of the day. Now, he has to give My Gladiolor 5 kilos worse off at the weights, and Benedetta 4, and I think Benedetta could be the danger.
Yeah, Benedetta looks absolutely magnificent in the air, but so does this guy. He's really composed nowadays. He knows what his job is. He parades beautifully. War Machine, look, he ran okay first up into the preparation. We probably expected a little more from him on that occasion, but he strips fitter. You can never discount him, but I did That's not going to help him, is it, here on a good 3?
But hopefully he's improved because he's a Stradbroke winner. Let's move to, there's Angel Capital, and now let's move to number 5 in Sepples here. So here's a Rupert Clark winner. 1,200 metres fresh. He's got some talent now. He draws low here, but I think he can run a race.
I reckon he can run a super race. I mean, he was dynamic first up into the preparation, and that you never underestimate Cliff Brown with his preparation of horses. Cabalis, he was solid first up in the Expressway Stakes. Question, is that the best form, the Jolie Star form, or is it more so the Lightning Stakes?
Well, I think I never underestimate Bjorn Baker here at Flemington in particular, because I think he's got a red-hot record. Now, I think Kieran Maher has got this girl absolutely flying. Of course, he inherited a Group 1 winning mare, but second full preparation with Kieran, her run in the Lightning was absolutely outstanding. And I think she can run a race.
She could not look any better. She's the horse that I kept going back to in the yard. She just has paraded absolutely beautifully. De Bergerac was disappointing, who comes out of the Oakley Plate. You'd have to... Look, I would have to say that there's others with better credentials, even though he probably didn't get the best run in transit, but I'm happy to go around him.
It'd be a surprise. Drawn out wide, that might give him an advantage, maybe into the top 4. Disneck, now, this would be a complete blowout according to many of the punters, but the win in the Standish was absolutely fantastic with 55. Now, then went to Sydney, it wasn't suited. Comes back to Flemington. I could make a case that he could run in the top 4.
Well, because he loves the straight. I think that's a big element. I mean, he's had the one start down here and he absolutely loved it. So you could definitely entertain him running very well. And, of course, the trapeze artists are going pretty well this afternoon.
PG Moody and Catherine Coleman have got a Group 1 on their CV today. They've got a son of Written Tycoon out of there. Pete's Group 1 winning mare, and Plucky Bell and Gallant Son will run well. Gigi Smith's Truth, well, the barrier blanket comes on, so the number one thing that she needs to do is actually just jump with the rest of them because she took no place at all in that Oakley Plate. She is number 11. Scripper's a big price today. The winkers go on the first time. There is the grey son of Lonhro. And then My Gladiola's going to come on the screen in a moment too. And Johnny McArdle's going to listen in at your comments here, Lizzie, so good luck. Make sure you pick your words very carefully.
Well, I always said that she's a horse that seems to have doubled in size this time around, and I think that's indicative of her sprinting style. She's got a beautiful, strong hindquarter, a lovely nature as well. I think she could be turned out in any better order.
And Craig Williams will not ride a kilo over, rides at 50.5. Here's Wotan, the super talent, who's only won one race, though. That's the concern for Wotan. But down the straight, drawn out wide, I reckon he'll run a race. Market mover, Matty.
It won't be easy, Richo, but there are some sports bet punters that think My Gladiola can turn the tables on Tentaurus. She's into $4.60. I wonder what her trainer has to say.
Yeah, she looks in magnificent order. Pick of the yard, it's a difficult one because all of these horses are turned out in magnificent shape. But I am going to go with Benedetta on top. I just kept going back to her each and every time. My Gladiola would be my second pick. Tentaurus looks in great order as well. There's an array of horses that look really, really well, but Benedetta is the on-top selection.
So you've actually tipped all the ones that have come through that Lightning. Johnny McArdle joins us. You've come through the Lightning. 5 kilo weight swing. Is that enough for you to turn the tables?
I'll tell you in about a minute, just over. Look, she's here in good order. Whether the track's playing exactly how we want it to, Craig's got himself a bit of a plan, so it's just getting the first half of the race right, just get her to relax so that she's strong late. With no weight on her back, she gets her chance. If they're good enough to beat her, then so be it, but she's here in good order.
Have you ever been as confident going into a Group 1 since you last won one? We got to go back to Hollow Bullet. This looks your best chance since then?
Oh, well, everyone told me the Lightning was his best chance, and I broke 32 for me last 600, and he still ran me down. Yeah. So, you know, you can't get it, things go your way all the time, but hopefully, probably due a drink, so wouldn't be bad.
You don't mind one?
Oh, traditionally? Yeah, partially one.
So, don't judge a man, okay, Richard?
400 metres out, will you be in front of Tentaurus, you think?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
That's the key?
That's the key. I mean, we won't, certainly, Craig rode her on Tuesday morning and she did get a bit keen on him, and he said, he realised just how competitive she is. So, yeah, just more about getting her to settle.
Go and rest, mate. Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck. Johnny McArdle, it'd be a great story for him to be back in the Group 1 winners' stall. Bruce, a word in the Newmarket.
It's a big moment, Richo, in Australian racing. If this colt can carry this weight, it's the stuff of legends. I hope he does. I think Woe Wotan is a really, really big danger.
I can't wait for this race, and I'm with the 10 Tyrus, the favourite. I think Wotan is a great chance. He looked so good when he trialled up the straight. He looks like a real straight horse. I think Cabalas can run a good race. There's plenty of chances, and I hope for Johnny McArdle, My Gladiola can give him a good shout.
I believe that 10 Tyrus, I've got to believe what I see. He just looks as though he's a dynamic sprinter. I do think that horse on screen, Wotan, like all of you, is going to run particularly well. But as far as the yard goes, Benedetta looked magnificent.
So nearly 90 years since a 3-year-old carried 57 to glory. That was Ajax. Can 10 Tyrus do it in the time-honoured Newmarket?
Racing. Peloton jumped away cleanly with also My Gladiola showing a bit of speed out deeper on the track. Gallant Sun and Benedetta also showing pace. Are they going to split here? It looks as though they are. Sepals, Angel Capital, Cabalas going to the flat side with GG's Mistruth. And in two minds, some of these jockeys towards the outside division, led over by Sharippa, so they follow. Gallant Sun is in the top 6, and then War Machine, My Gladiola's behind horses. GG's Mistruth, then Benedetta, Woderton, 10 Tyrus, De Bergerac and Disneck. So they're all on the flat side, 700 metres to go. Cabalas the leader by over a length, Sharippa. Then Gallant Sun, Angel Capital. Sepals in 5th place from War Machine. Next in the field, GG's Mistruth and Peloton. My Gladiola just trying to get into the clear from Benedetta. 10 Tyrus is behind a wall at the moment, followed by Woderton. Approaching the 300, Cabalas in front. Gallant Sun at any old prices chasing. It's Cabalas about a length. Gallant Sun, Angel Capital, followed by Sepals. 10 Tyrus is out, but it might be too late. Cabalas, 100 metres to go. Gallant Sun is wearing it down. Gallant Sun coming at Cabalas. Cabalas is holding on. Cabalas won the Newmarket. Cabalas from Gallant Sun. Then Sepals in a photo with Angel Capital. Further back, 10 Tyrus, Benedetta. Next to finish, GG's Mistruth from Peloton, War Machine, My Gladiola, De Bergerac, Sharippa, and Disneck at the tail of the fields.
Well, Richo and Lizzie, we talked about history. What about this Froggy? What about Froggy, the first ever to win this race, the 153rd running on 4 occasions. The other men that won 3, Harold Badger, Ajax's rider, Athol Mully, Burnborough's rider, Ollie and Harry White. They are legends. Froggy gets 4, no one else has done it, and Bjorn Baker continues his incredible run. That's history, Richo.
Oh, absolutely. He defeats Pete Moody and Catherine Coleman with Gallant Sun there. But Cabalas down from Sydney, Lizzie. Bjorn Baker, he has an unbelievable strike rate at Flemington.
He certainly does, and that was, you know what, that was an excellent ride. He took it up, he gave him every opportunity, nothing could get past him. You know why? Because he just made it a sit and sprint. It never gave anything back in the field any chance to work into the run. It was so smart the way that he rode Cabalas. From memory, I think this horse was actually originally a Chris Waller horse and was purchased online by Derby Racing.
For $315,000 in October 2023. He was originally $1 million horse.
Well, he's now won a Group 1.
And Bruce, it's really interesting. Lizzie's touched on a great point. It's a Newmarket, yet they just sat up. They're all over racing in behind. There was no tempo. It gave 10 Tyrus an impossible task.
He's run a super race. Look at him. He's still absolutely charging with his 57. He was enormous, wasn't he? It was a different type of Newmarket. I thought they were going to split Richo at first, didn't you? Wotan was all over the place. He really was all over the place. But look, Cabalas was strong. Bjorn Baker was an incredible training performance. And we got Froggy. So he's created some real history here for Newmarkets.
Wow, well, not only are you a Newmarket world record holder, you're also probably the happiest man on earth right now. Run us through how you're feeling.
Yeah, quite emotional actually. 10 years, 11 years probably since my last one. So it's been a while, but yeah, I've been sitting on equal leader on the most amount of Newmarket wins, probably the most historic race in Australia at the moment, apart from the Melbourne Cup, especially for sprinting. So to be the most winningest rider, very honoured.
And let's touch on this brilliant horse who just dictated from the start, and geez, it looked like you had that wrapped up throughout.
Oh, I was very happy after I'd gone sort of 400 or 500 metres, and he pricked his ears. He was happy just bowling along at his own leisure, and I probably opened him up a little bit earlier than what I said to the connections before the race, just so that I could get the buffer on the favourite, because I knew he'd be coming somewhere, but this bloke just held his gallop. He was challenged and he just kept responding.
Didn't he just? That was absolutely outstanding. We are so wrapped for you. Can you imagine the celebrations Bjorn's doing right now?
Oh, I'll have to get on TikTok later and watch him. He's a beauty. But I got to thank the Derby racing and Bjorn. Obviously, Huey was booked to ride him, but the fortunes of being a lightweight rider, I was able to pick him up, and yeah, very emotional.
This is outstanding. Well done. I hope you have a big celebration tonight.
Thank you.
Incredible. And the fortunes of racing, Lizzie and Richo. The reason that Huey came down, the first reason was to ride Cabalas in the Newmarket. Along with Steffi, he couldn't make the 55, but Froggy got the job done. So it was Cabalas hanging on from Gallant Son in what was, and have a look at those that were just...